I like your hat.
Yeah, it's a good hat. Scared me.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Spooky ghost.
Sudden.
I like to try to, mix it up a little bit.
It was a shocker.
The shocker?
That's what.
That's
whoa!
Always scares me.
Shocking.
I'm so shocked.
Shocking.
Oh, my shocker comment. Is this how you do it? Is it?
Well, you don't have to do the pinky so far. Like, just not.
Kenny. You know what's funny? Is Kenny Pickett cannot do the shocker.
Oh, yeah.
Because Kenny Pickett's hands are so small.
Yeah.
Is that actually a thing, though? Has anyone ever done the shocker?
I think it's more.
Just like a thing?
I think it was more of a Stifler thing, right?
Yeah,
like
a bro frat boy, bro, I gave her the shocker.
Yeah, for example, Stifler drank a cup full of jizz or whatever.
Right.
That's like
that's probably
a frat. Well,
I do that on the weekends.
Just in beer.
No, it's not mine. I just drink them.
Oh.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
What parties are you?
Remember the list? I said there's 50.
That's why we don't hang out on the weekends, because he's out there at the random bars. Yeah.
Jesus. All right, Rob Squared. Back for part 2 of our NBA thing. That was a nice little start.
Yeah. So let's highlight our East. I'm gonna run down mine real quick.
You talking about the West or the East?
Oh, the West. Excuse me, the West.
The West,
we're doing the Eastern Conference playoffs right now. I mean,
yes. So you have the West.
Yeah. So
we both had the Suns.
So write it down. First seed Suns, second seed Grizz, third seed Warriors, fourth seed Jazz, fifth seed Mavs, sixth seed Denver, and seventh seed Minnesota, eighth seed Pelicans.
Uh-huh.
We got the Suns beating the Pels, both of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we both have the Jazz beating the Mavs.
Yep.
I have Minnesota beating the Grizzlies this round.
I had Grizzlies.
Yeah, and then we both have the Warriors.
Yeah.
And after that, we both have the Suns beating the Jazz.
I had Jazz taking them to 6 or 7 games, though.
Yeah, so we think it's going to be a competitive series, and I think the Suns match up well with the Jazz. So I think that might be a 4 or 5 game. But then we disagree on the Memphis and
you had
Grizzlies.
Minnesota. I had Memphis.
So we have I have Minnesota against the Warriors, and I don't know why, but for some reason I have Minnesota going ahead, beating the Warriors, and you have the Warriors beating Memphis.
Yes, and I also have mine was real close. I had 7-game series for Warriors and Suns.
Okay.
And I couldn't make a pick. I had to make a pick for the exercise. I took Suns, but I could see it going either way.
Yeah.
So.
And then we both have the Suns advancing.
Yes.
So Western Conference Finals for me, Suns, Minnesota. You, Suns, Warriors,
mm-hmm.
and Suns advancing in both.
Yeah.
And now we're off to the East.
On to the East. Real quick, though, I brought this up before about the LeBron James thing.
Okay.
Of just how I told you I was listening to AM radio one day, AM 1000. It was like a national show. And it was right when the Lakers got eliminated, and, LeBron ruled himself out, or they ruled him out for the rest of the year when they had nothing to play for. And, he was getting shit on, again, as normal. Always going back to the Jordan comparisons. And the thing is, in my mind, we both think he's the best player we've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it's not even that we've ever seen. I think he's the best basketball player ever.
Yeah.
Talent-wise.
Yeah.
Jordan, better accolades. So if he doesn't win again, it's going to be hard for me to honestly take him over Jordan. If he wins one more, then there's an
If Jordan wins one more?
Yeah. He might.
Jordan, yeah.
No. If LeBron wins one more.
Yeah.
But for me, it's those two guys and then everyone else.
Sure.
It's a big gap, right? You could take Kobe, you could take Magic, you could take Tim Duncan, you could take... but none of those guys are in the same fucking pantheon as these two, man.
I'll tell you one person that is, to me, is Shaq.
Okay, yes, because of his domination factor.
Yeah, I think Shaq was as dominant as anyone ever.
But the thing is, he could never, because his position, and when he played, it was in the 70s, he needed someone else, always.
Sure.
Whether it be Kobe or
he
Dwayne
needed someone to
Wade.
get the ball.
Right?
The ball. Yeah.
And it was close with Penny. He was close with the Magic.
Sure.
But it's now, I hear so many people saying, trying to say LeBron isn't even top 10. Dude, he's gonna have the most points. Dude, if you ever watched him play,
yeah,
it's fucking crazy, dude. And But the thing is, these aren't just outlier opinions. It's not the majority, but it's a large faction of people.
Yeah.
That I don't know what the guy did to people. Like, and the thing is, it's one of those things where we say when guys are like, like blackballed or like they have a hard time sticking, it's whose wife did he fuck? Right? Like he must have fucked the wrong guy's wife.
Yeah.
We know LeBron like isn't fucking anyone.
Yeah. Well,
right? Like he
he
might be. But...
He does such a great job of like.
So I don't understand it. Like
sure.
he's a squeaky clean dude, super charitable. He's a great guy. Like he never takes cheap shots, even though everyone takes cheap shots at him.
Sure.
Dude, Jordan would never survive in this era of like he would have fucking been clapping back at fools, bro.
Well, so LeBron does take claps back. And he
like
does,
the multiple times he punched out teammates in practice, that would be viral. Now,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
he would be suspended. He wouldn't. Yeah. Jordan. Yeah. I mean,
and just all the scandals, the cheating he did like on his wife, like it just all got brushed under the rug.
Yeah.
And whatever. Personal shit's personal shit. Same with Kobe. I'm just saying, like LeBron has none of that. In an era where it's super easy to get caught with anything.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't understand why everyone hates him. And it just really upsets me because I love
success.
LeBron.
Like, I mean, it's...
But they didn't hate Kobe's success.
They loved his success after he passed away.
Oh.
Before he passed away, he didn't pass. He was a bad teammate.
Well, I don't hear any negatives about Jordan, though. Ever. And no one ever brings up the Wizards years, dude. So if they're going to hold this against LeBron in his 19th season, mind you, averaging 30 points, 8 boards, and 6 assists, which I know numbers are numbers and there was a losing team, but it wasn't because of him. What else can he do? So it wasn't his best year.
When you're judging a player on the totality of their career, I mean, we're talking a grand scheme, best of all time. Like, how much value do you put into the entirety of their resume versus their peak, right? Because we're talking, like, if you want to just...
I'm a big picture guy.
Okay, so...
Where someone like Shaq, it's more of the peak because when their peak's that dominant.
Yeah.
LeBron never really had that dominant of a peak because his whole career's a peak. You get what I'm saying?
Sure.
His peak would be probably like Miami, but his numbers weren't even that great because he was taking a backseat to Dwayne Wade and
no,
Wade for the first year.
All right. Either way.
His shot attempts, he was shooting 16 times a game, dude. That's super low. Like
so. All right. Let me phrase it a different way.
Remember LeBron shot 60% from the field that one year, 59% as a fucking guard.
No, he's stupid.
What the fuck?
But let me phrase it a different way. How much weight do you put into Jordan's Wizard years?
Not any.
How much?
Not any.
So then why do you talk about totality? Like,
because the thing is, it's not that just me. It's like I feel like no one acknowledges that happened. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm asking you, like, so...
I acknowledge it happened because it fucking happened. He came back, and he wasn't even that old.
Do you... Legit,
okay.
Do you count Jordan's Wizard years when you're talking about his legacy?
No.
Okay.
I don't get why I don't. I don't know. Maybe I'm brainwashed to not do it, but it's like...
Well, I'm just trying to understand, because you say you talk about total, like,
the
total of his career.
It's because when you go 6-0 in the finals, and you go, if you...
Well, that's his
The
peak.
thing
That's
is, he won 6 in a row, right? Even though we both agree he wouldn't have won 6 in a row if he didn't retire because that Houston team was fucking silly good. And he was tired. That's why he retired, besides the gambling probably thing. Like, he was tired, man. Like, he put everything on the floor. He didn't miss games. Like,
no, yeah. I agree with all that.
No, they might have won those years, but they wouldn't have won. Then they wouldn't have won the other 3. Like, they would have lost a couple times. I don't think they would have won 8 in a row. Because who the fuck wins 8 in a row?
Hadn't taken a couple years.
It's not UCLA in the fucking 70s.
LeBron won like a decade in a row in the finals. I mean,
9 years in a row.
But like,
which is actually more impressive because for me, I always say, like, I give mad respect to the Buffalo Bills for those 4.
Yeah.
Like, I would rather be the Buffalo Bills than the Bears.
All right, let me ask you this.
Hey, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything's 85 Bears, right?
But no, here's my counter argument is, if Jordan hadn't retired, let's say he went to the finals those 2 years, but lost.
Yeah.
There's 10, there's...
Right.
And so
I give a lot of... I love when teams and athletes, when they have lesser talent and they don't have everything going for them and they still, like... It sucks they don't win it all, but instead of, like, not making the playoffs, they grind out and get to the finals and then just get smoked by the better team.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of...
Most people don't count that, though.
I've been seeing a lot of posts about Kobe before he tore his Achilles.
Yeah.
Was that they were, like, 3 games out of the playoffs, and the next 6 games, Kobe averaged over 40 points per game before he tore his ACL, or his Achilles, rather.
Mm-hmm.
And they made the playoffs, but he missed it because of obviously they
Shot
should.
those free throws too.
Yeah, no, but that's so. To your point, I mean that adds credibility to Kobe because we like a good competitor, but I don't like the argument between Jordan and LeBron. I don't think it's settled yet.
No, and it's not settled because he's still playing.
Yeah.
But I don't even want to have that argument because if you're the best of the second, the thing is I'm grouping them together, right?
Okay.
And yes, it's hard to beat Jordan because he's a fucking psycho and he had Scottie Pippen and they never lost.
Yeah.
Once they won, right? Like they weren't going to lose.
Yeah.
But when you're in the same conversation, that's all I'm saying, and he is. And if you don't think he is as a person, then you don't know basketball. And when everyone else is so far off, they are. Right? For one reason or another, when Shaq's, in our opinion, the next closest thing, because his domination stretch.
Yeah.
But he also needed Kobe Bryant and prime Dwayne Wade, who we both agree is one of the best players of all time.
All right, so here's where we disagree. Is I would argue that Kobe and Dwayne Wade needed Shaq.
Well, agreed.
Yeah,
but he also needed them too.
Sure, yeah, but the catalyst was Shaq during that decade.
Yeah.
All right, so here's one guy we're not talking about. It's Tim Duncan.
Mm-hmm.
It's the
big fundamental because he was just so
best dynasty is the Spurs dynasty.
But the only thing, the negative on Tim Duncan, though, I will say, is that he has, by all accounts, Bill Belichick coaching. Now, coaching doesn't matter as much in the NBA as it does in the NFL, but he's the best coach ever. Would we both agree with that?
Okay.
He was.
How many times is he in a winning season without Tim Duncan? How many times you know what I'm saying? I think it's a Brady Belichick.
But still a good coach. And he had Tony Parker, Hall of Famer.
Not his first championship.
Manu Ginobili.
Not his first championship.
He had fucking goddamn
David
Robinson.
But
okay, and then he also.
But then he didn't have David Robinson, and then he
made Tony Parker.
He made 2 second-round picks,
and then it's just so nice for him at the end of his career. Then you got the front end of Kawhi Leonard's prime, which we know Kawhi Leonard.
All I'm hearing is excuses for why.
No. I'm saying it's super nice.
All I'm saying is Duncan is the common denominator.
Yeah.
Duncan and
Duncan's the most coachable player ever.
I just don't got a wild
teammate. He's a perfect teammate, right? Like
best power
he's not
forward of all time.
outspoken. He doesn't need a shot. He's
MVP.
Yeah.
Won MVP.
24, 12, and 4.
I think he won like 14 All Pros.
Yeah.
Like during KG, during Chris Webber, during who else was a good power forward back then? Like
Rasheed Wallace.
Well,
I'm kidding. I just said that because I had.
Well, KG won MVP. Like he wasn't going up against scrubs. Like these are Hall of Fame
it was
guys.
a good era for that position.
And he was the best, like hands down the best. He wasn't the flashiest,
and he was the most consistent player probably of all time.
He was the reason. He was Tom Brady. Like he's Korean.
That's point. That's why Tim Duncan's Tom Brady.
But he's not like Duncan had an MVP season where he averaged 28 and 14 or whatever, right? Like Brady had his 50 touchdown season.
Yeah.
But every other season, it's like he's just right there, like
a
the
top 3 player every.
He's going to be top 5 in blocks, top 10 in points, top 10 in rebounds, top whatever, that's so.
All right, Eastern Conference.
Oh yeah,
Eastern Conference. Yeah, I did a little something. All right, 1-8. We got Miami against the Hawks.
Yeah.
Our Hawks. We love the Hawks.
But
they're battered. They're bruised. Clint Capella's out.
Collins is back now.
Yeah, but he's still hobbled, so it's rough. And I like the Hawks going into the year. I love Trae Young.
Dude, Trae Young is one of my favorite players.
Yeah, he had a really bad game 1. I know it's just one game. They're outmatched. They're gonna get smoked.
Yep.
So
yep.
I say Heat in 5. I do believe that Atlanta will still steal a game. Trae will have a 42 and 12 game.
Sure.
Or one of the Bogdanoviches will go off.
Or he won't, and it'll be a 4-game.
Right, but whatever. They're
they
just
might
happy
steal
to be
a
there.
game. They might steal a game, right?
All right, that's an easy one. We're getting 76ers, Raptors.
This is the best series of the first round to me.
Really? Not Celtics fucking Nets?
Maybe Grizz, Minnesota. Honestly, no.
All right, well, I'm taking Sixers easy. I think they're winning in 5. I think that they're going to go up 2-0. Maybe even Sixers go up 3-0. And James Harden, knowing him, is a little knucklehead ass. And B, they're going to take a little rest game. Or they, in Toronto.
2-1. I'll take the Raptors. $5.
To win the series?
Yeah.
Deal.
2-1.
All right.
I ate some odds there, but whatever. especially down one game. But
I ate some food before I came here.
no, so
Best joke.
obviously my pick is the Raptors.
Really?
Yeah, I think this might be some Siakam favoritism with me, but I think. All right, this is anti-James Harden, I think, and pro-Siakam for me.
What about Tyrese Maxey, son?
What about him?
Ballin', 38, 37 points. What about fucking Tobias Harris, son?
Okay, what did Harris do last
Doesn't
game?
matter. I like the team.
Well, I don't expect Maxey to score.
Joel Embiid also had a piss poor game.
So
They
Maxey
won by,
had
like,
38
13
points the first game. I bet you he averages less than 15 for the series.
He's not gonna, because he's already at 38. Yeah,
38 so much.
I'm saying Joel Embiid had a pretty subpar game for him, and they still won handedly. So I liked the L, but they were at home.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're taking Toronto.
I will. I'll take
right.
it. Even though, if the Sixers advance past Toronto, then they're scary to me. I don't think they can win a playoff series. Go ahead.
Can we do a $5 totality side bet on who's more accurate on what we're doing?
How about this? After we do this, let's do a draft. We each draft a team. We'll flip a coin for first pick and draft.
I want to put some stock in what we're doing right now.
So, all right. Tell me what you want
Whoever's
to do.
just more accurate in terms of winning series.
No, because
you picked
there's
fucking
gonna be
Minnesota.
there's gonna be two differences.
Right, I know. Okay, all right.
So
We'll talk about this later.
maybe let's do a draft.
Yeah, we'll talk about this later. All right, so you have Toronto, I have Sixers.
I'll take the Raptors simply because I need to see the Sixers prove it to me.
Okay.
I like the Sixers. If they advance past us, I like the Sixers more.
Yes, I get it. All right, Bucks Bulls. We just watched that game. Actually, it was real close, super low scoring.
That was the Bulls' one shot.
Yeah, this was gonna be Bucks in 4.
Yep.
Maybe Bucks in 5.
Yeah.
Easy as fuck. Bulls had a nice run.
Well, Bulls
but,
have. I mean, between DeRozan, Levine, Vooch, they have scores. Kobe White.
Yeah, but
Kobe White's liable to go for 25. I mean,
defensively, they showed off pretty well. But Middleton had a bad game. Drew Holiday had a bad game. Brook Lopez killed it. But like Giannis had foul trouble, and like it's just. I'm sorry, Bulls. Like
Lopez,
the Bucks are just on a mission.
Bucks
you know, like Giannis
I
is
agree.
the perfect leader for that team. All right, now this is the juicy one right here.
Yeah.
Celtics Nets. Sad to say, I pretty sad about that loss today.
That was rough.
5-leg parlay going on, and I had the last leg of it was fucking Nets money.
You were
line.
winning with 4 seconds left in the game.
In general, they were up 107, 102 with 3 minutes left.
Yep.
And luckily, I hedged at that point and bet money line Celtics.
Yeah.
But I would have preferred to won the fucking 37-1 odds
Sure.
parlay I had.
Yeah.
But at least I did, hedge a little bit because I was really tempted not to at that point. I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Nets are going to win this game. They were down by 16.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Nets still. And it's a tough one to take because Robert Williams apparently may come back in the series. But Ben Simmons might come back.
Cool.
I'm kidding.
Good, yeah.
It's actually not good for their team.
Yeah,
So,
no.
Ben Simmons coming back is only going to hurt them.
Add a guy that's never played with him before.
I will say this.
That's only been practicing 1-on-0.
I will
now
say
add him
this.
to the lineup. Get the fuck out of here.
I will say this. I don't feel like Ben Simmons can affect this series.
Okay.
But let's say he comes back game 5.
Okay.
8 minutes, then
Yeah.
12 minutes. I feel like
When
there's a chance.
they're losing, when they're packing for Cancun.
There's a chance he could affect the next series, if that makes sense.
Okay.
You know, give him a couple games, and maybe he could play 19 minutes a game.
Yeah. Well, I think he's more likely to affect next season.
Probably 2 seasons from now.
Maybe.
He'll have a back injury or a social anxiety problem or some bullshit.
As long as he collects his paycheck.
Ben
right?
Simmons, I was a
Yeah,
big Ben Simmons guy for a while, and that ship sailed for me. He's a vagina. He's a pussy. Can I say those words on YouTube?
You may.
Pussy, cunt,
Cock.
vagina.
Balls.
All right, who you got?
Celtics. Yeah. That's the Nets are nice. They'd be a nice 2K team. They're not a playoff team. They like back in 2012 they'd be, or 2015 they'd be a hell of a team. Andre Drummond, Blake Griffin, who's the other power forward they have from the
Drummond.
Blazers? No, the Blazers. Aldridge.
Oh,
Like
I don't think he's even playing anymore.
Neither is Blake Griffin. Like.
Oh, right.
Like Drummond's nice. Like Drummond, people are sleeping on Drummond. I like Drummond.
Nice. Yeah.
Drummond's nice.
Yeah.
He's a double.
He had foul trouble today, so.
He's a double. Durant's obviously nice, and Kyrie is obviously nice. That Bruce Brown
guy, yeah.
I like the trade that they did.
He's what they hope Ben Simmons would be, right?
Well, I like the trade they did with. Yeah, you're right. The middle
Well, get rid of Harden is
well, just like if they can swap Simmons for Brown, and Simmons is there in the middle of like with 5 feet away from the basket, the ball every single time, and he's capable. Like they're fucked. Like every team's fucked if that's the case, because they're gonna double and they're gonna pass right to the middle like they do Bruce Brown, and Brown goes to the middle of the fucking lane.
I know you want to say Bruce Bowen.
Yeah, but my point, Simmons is there handling the ball instead of Brown. Brown's nice, but effective Simmons is a game changer.
I will say this: what's crazy though is the Kyrie thing. Everyone's giving shit about not getting vaccinated, right? Which
sure.
I was of the belief that if you're making this much money, just do it. But now he looks like he was right because no one gives a shit about COVID anymore, and neither of us are vaccinated, by the way.
Yeah,
anti-vaxxer for life. Kidding. But it looked like that was the right decision for him. But it cost them, they were the 7th seed, right? Now, if Kyrie Irving played all year with what we saw, and they had Harden early on in the year, they would have been a 2 seed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, to me, it's easy to fall in the trap. They have Durant, top 10 player of all time. Kyrie, top 10 scorer maybe of all time, 15 scorer of all time. Like, it's easy to fall in that trap.
James Harden, top 10 scorer of all time.
The thing is I think players are too mentally weak. Like, they're not. I don't think they can turn it on as easily as it was in the past. So there's too many outside factors.
Would you agree they won that trade? And then a landslide over the Sixers?
Yeah,
they got Seth Curry.
Well,
they got Drummond. And I know Ben Simmons is a scrub.
No, but the person I'm talking about is James Harden, dude. Like,
yeah, but James Harden was going to leave next year anyway. You know what I'm saying?
But the Sixers got him. Like, I guarantee you that right now the Nets would much rather have James Harden, even at half capacity.
So, but my universe was if Kyrie was vaccinated and was playing, and they had Harden, Kyrie, and Durant the whole year, they would have been a 2 seed. And they would have those 3 guys right now, or a 3, whatever.
Yeah, no, okay.
And they would be a way better team for this year, right? So, because that's a dangerous squad, terrible defensive squad. And the nice thing is when you have all 3 of those guys, you can lose one of them for any amount of games. And you still have 2.
I like the Nets a lot more with James Harden than I do with Ben Simmons.
But for their future, though, I do like the trade for their future. If Ben Simmons can ever come back and play basketball,
I like the trade right now because they got Drummond, they got
and Seth Curry,
and Brown,
They had Brown already.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, they had Brown.
They signed him off the Sixers, right?
No, they had Brown for the whole year.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brown's nice.
He is pretty nice. Yeah. All right, so you're gonna have the Celtics. All right, now we're getting second round here.
You want Nets?
Yes.
Okay.
We both have Miami. I have Miami versus Sixers. You have Miami versus Toronto. I am taking Sixers to beat Miami. Now I like Miami. They're super deep, but depth doesn't matter in the playoffs. Benches shrink. And I love Bam Adebayo, but I don't know. I feel like Joel Embiid is just, he needs this dude. And he's going to get it.
I like Embiid. So if the Sixers were to advance, I agree with it. I like him over the Heat. But I like the Heat over.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the thing.
I don't even want to go chalk. I really don't. But I have to. Heat are going to beat the Raptors, yeah.
All right. Bucks, again, different for us. You have Bucks Celtics. I have Bucks Nets. I'm taking the fucking Bucks.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who they're facing. I'm taking the Bucks. We're both taking the Bucks.
Yep.
Super simple.
Yep.
Giannis is top fucking 5 player of all time.
So here's the funny thing is, if you were to say, convince me that the Bucks will beat the Celtics, I would say, well, the Celtics, all the arguments that you're making for why they're going to lose to the Nets, I would start making those arguments against the Bucks.
Yeah. But the Bucks have 3 players. And Bobby Portis. And Brook Lopez. And even a guy like Wes Matthews is their 10th guy. Matthews is a fucking
They're also
pro,
4 years or 3 years into chemistry.
Yeah.
Same coach, same core.
Yeah. Budenholzer's a great coach.
Plus, the Eastern Conference Finals championship. They're there. With the Nets, they're living on their laurels from half a decade ago. We won. Yeah, Durant won MVP in 2012.
Right.
Like, okay.
Kyrie hit that shot with LeBron.
Yeah. He hit that one shot where he was the second best player.
Yeah. And this isn't about a Durant Kyrie thing. They're great. It's about the rest of the team.
That's all it is about with the Nets.
Yeah, but they don't have enough else to beat a team like the Bucks.
Okay. Yeah.
Kevin Durant's going to have to average 41 points a game on 58% shooting, and like Kyrie's going to average 34. That's just not happening.
The key to me is Bruce Brown. Like, I keep almost want to say Bowen.
Yeah, Bruce Brown, right? Or Ben Simmons.
BB.
Okay, so we both have the Bucks.
Yeah.
You have Miami, and I have the Sixers. I'm taking the Bucks. I know you're taking the Bucks too. And I know it kind of sounds chalky just to have Bucks Suns again, but
they're easy.
I mean, and again, I also will say I had a seventh game for Warriors. I'm hedging here a little bit, right?
Oh, that's a bet we can make. Total games. So we predict first round, 5 games, and we'll total up.
I like that.
Look forward to that.
Yeah. All right, so finals: Suns, Bucks. What you got? You go first.
Bucks. Bucks are.
It's hard to. Yeah.
I legit can't find a reason in my mind, in my soul, in any I can't find a reason where the Bucks don't win the championship.
Well, last year Giannis was, what would you say, was 80% after that knee injury?
Yeah. He came back,
and his 80% was what, 34.
They were in the finals, and he was still 5-1 to win the MVP.
And he wasn't even supposed to play the first game.
Yeah,
he did, but I'm saying he was.
And he averaged 40.
And 80%, he might have been less than 80%. Yeah. You can't tell with him.
Giannis is
same thing with LeBron. Like these guys,
Giannis is hungry too. To me.
Yeah. He wants to be an all-timer, and he already kind of is. But if he wins 2 in a row in this NBA climate,
we're watching the birth of. The next Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I love Giannis too.
Giannis is going to lead.
He's such a polite dude. Everyone loves him. He stayed in Milwaukee, dude, which we both know is not a fucking fanfare city. It's not. It's not L.A. It's not New York. It's not even Chicago, man.
Yeah. No, right? LeBron's going to be the stat leader until Giannis is. That's all there is.
It could happen.
LeBron's holding the place until Giannis.
Because Giannis, if we talk about LeBron becoming Karl Malone.
Giannis averaged 30 points per game, but he also averaged 12 rebounds and 6 assists.
Yeah, Giannis is way even easier to transition at 39 years old to be a post player.
Sure.
Like an actual, just straight up
design.
Yeah.
He gains 30 pounds.
Yeah, and LeBron can too, don't get me wrong.
But he doesn't want to be. Yeah.
No, it's just not. He wants to be the best.
No, we're watching literally one of the best players we're ever going to see, ever. Mature into the best player we're ever seen.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So we both got Milwaukee.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I got Heat beating the Hawks. I got the Raptors beating the Sixers. Bucks beating the Bulls. Celtics beating the Nets, and then I got the Bucks beating the Celtics, and the Heat beating the Raptors. That one's still bugging me.
You should just probably have the 76ers there.
No. I don't like the Heat. I think it's a Heat bias. But either way, then I got the Bucks beating the Heat. I have the Suns beating the Pels. I have the Jazz beating the Mavs. I have the Timberwolves beating the Grizzlies somehow. I got Warriors beating Denver. Then I got the Suns beating the Jazz. And I have Minnesota beating the Warriors somehow. And the Suns beating the Minnesota. So I got Bucks, Suns, with Bucks winning in 6 games.
Yep. I was going to say 6 games as well.
Yep.
Rough score.